Some concerns, that's for sure. Here's our, let's go back to a little 24-hour snowfall total right here. I want to show you really quickly what we're waking up to this morning. A lot of the spots, you're into that 2-inch, 1-inch, 1 to 2 inch range here. Most spots, that transition, it was delayed just a couple hours last night, but that doesn't mean that this storm is not shaping up to be what was expected and what still is expected. I mean, check this out, reflectivity. I'll go back to our radar type here. This is what we're dealing with. That transition is moving south. It's making its way through Tuscarawas, Stark, Carroll, and Coshocton counties right now, in Holmes counties, but there's more snow on the way. I think by sunrise, 6, 7 o'clock, with this burst rolling through, we'll be into that 3, maybe pushing 4-inch snowfall numbers by the time we're getting into that morning drive, the peak of that morning drive between 7 and 9 realistically. So there's more snow on the way. This is going to be a long-term storm system that's trying to roll through this morning. So you've got some ice conditions. It is roads are icy, roads are slick. If they haven't been treated, my driveway was a skating rink this morning. I mean, it's an issue this morning, so make sure you're careful. Put this in motion real quick so we can show you what we're talking about. We're going to look for bursts like this that are rolling right along that freezing line. That's going to drop some issues, and then like this from Willard, Shelby, and Mansfield on up 71. That's going to be an issue as well. All right, let's jump it over. We've got Katie McGraw in here. We've got team coverage all over the place. She's in here to help us track this out. Katie, it's not getting any better as the day goes on.
No, it does not. And you really hit home on that this is just the start. If you're waking up and looking outside, you haven't even stepped outside yet, it might not look that bad. 1 to 2 inches of snow and then ice as you move farther to the south. But this is going to be continuing morning, noon, and night. Temperatures much colder than yesterday's 40s, hanging out into the middle and lower 20s. And it's going to be very breezy throughout the course of the day. That can cause blowing and drifting snow and issues with visibility. One thing to note, everybody's seeing snow. We're actually going to start to get more intense as we move throughout the morning hours and early afternoon. So that's when you could see snowfall rates of a 1/2 inch to even 1 inch per hour. Down to the south, that freezing line where you're seeing ice issues right now is going to be hovering around for several more hours. Notice here that timestamp at noon, and it's still picking up that area of pink. So snowfall totals are going to be a lot smaller to the south, but you'll also be dealing with that ice accumulation. At 9 p.m., you guessed it, it's still snowing. It's not until overnight and into tomorrow morning that we'll start to see the snow taper off slowly. Additional snowfall amounts, we are still expecting to see several more inches of snow. 1 to 2 inches on the ground now, but when all is said and done, some really hefty numbers. A lot of the area in this pink of about 8 inches to 12 inches. You get to around Akron, Canton, and it starts to get slightly smaller, still 6 to 10 inches. Moving to the south, 2 to 5 inches, but then you'll also have that opportunity to see ice accumulation, which it's going to be about 1/4 to maybe even 1/2 inch of ice, which that can cause power outages and it can make a lot of issues. Notice how cold it's going to be on Friday, staying into the teens the entire day, single digits into Saturday with wind chill values -15. We get to around freezing. That's going to feel good. Sunday and Monday, only some light snow on Monday. Let's see what it's like out on the roads. We're going to turn it over to Tanisha, and she has an Avon Lake this morning.
Yes, good morning, Katie. We're at Veterans Memorial Park here. I'll tell you what, the key word for us is going to be wind. But you know, coming in up 90 West, there wasn't a lot of snow accumulation. I mean, you look at my feet here, they don't have a lot of snow, but like I said, this wind is really gushing in, really blowing all the snowfall that we do have coming in, and it's just making it very worse, especially if you're on the roads there. I mean, just look at the flags here. I mean, you see how fast. I mean, I know you guys mentioned gusts of like 30 miles per hour. I mean, you can definitely tell just by that. And again, like just going back to the roads, pretty clear. You know, we've just been seeing crews out salting, but if you see like just the salt mound right here, I mean, you just see it just blowing, and that's pretty much what's happening on the street. You see folks, snow piles coming in really, along their driveways, and it's just blowing right back in the street, kind of covering what's already been treated and done. So again, wind is our narrative out here. It's been it's cold, I'll say that. It's making it a little more worse. So if you are out, hit 2 hands on the wheel for sure, just to stay safe out there. We'll keep you locked and loaded here on GMC. Come back and see us.